We are not in a position to repay anybody's losses.
Kane.
Listen, man. You're not in a fucking position to not be in a position.
Let's fucking handle this later.
Hey, let me get that watch, Snowflake.
Oh, dude, it's a family heirloom.
Oh my God!
All right. Appreciate it. Make sure I let the nigga at the pawn shop know that.
It's just a down payment. You'll be back for all this shit.
He's lying. He totally knows him. Kane is the guy who deals drugs with Tariq. He's like his partner or whatever.
Do you have firsthand knowledge of that?
You know, I just thought of something. Man, Jenny and Blanca, the best duo of losing, because seems like they can't get the job done. Now Jenny's starting to understand what it feels like to actually be a loser, because she tried in the second season to come after Tariq, which failed. And then Blanca, I don't know why it was a really surprise to her, because she tried to come after James St. Patrick in the original Power, and she failed. So now again in season 3, it was just like, well, you failed, because they tried to have Lauren, which was a best shot of trying to like go after Effie and then bring down the whole organization, which it completely failed. So I was wondering, the only best option, which would be like, I guess it maybe like the third option, would be like Lucas Weston, because remember, Lucas Weston was on the phone and he was saying that he had like valuable information about Tariq and Brayden's drug business, even though despite there was some hesitation on the law enforcement part, like we don't know, I don't think this is true, and he's only saying it's just to, you know, get out of the whole Ponzi scheme thing. But he did have information, he knew what was going on. So you would think that maybe in the next season that would be like the back way for them to try again, to be like, okay, did Lucas really kill himself? Lucas doesn't seem like the type of guy to like jump off a building and kill himself. It seems kind of odd. So I was thinking that would be like the back door for them to try again. And I don't know if maybe if somebody does some sort of interview with the family, with the Weston family again, to be like, well, what really happened? Do you honestly think that your brother was really suicide? And the only person who I think would actually probably tell about anything or give off some sort of hint of a potential maybe murder would be Tracy. Because remember when Monet and Kane, they showed up at the house and it was just like, well, you know, Lucas owed us money, and now we lost our money because of him, so now we just gonna rob your place. Despite, you know, Robert Weston telling, you know, Brayden, like, you know, you're not like these people and what's going on here and this and that, you could probably make like some sort of argument, like if there's any other like investigation or any more talks with law enforcement, I feel like Tracy could probably like say something like, well, you know, they was at the house, but you know, Tracy, if he snitched before, he gonna do it again. So if Tracy opens up his mouth, which I'm thinking, and he says anything, then I feel like it could be like some sort of backway door for them to be like, okay, maybe the Tejadas has something to do with Lucas's death because of the whole Ponzi scheme thing and them losing their money. So I was thinking that's a very strong possibility for them to, I don't know, get the case running again. To be like, okay, we kind of got something. But again, if there's like any sort of footage that Brayden was there, then it could be, okay, now we back on to Brayden. But that's the thing. It was just like the only two people who actually really saw Lucas really alive was really Brayden. But it was like two separate occasions, because it was Brayden who actually saw and killed him, and then it was Monet who actually had that conversation with him, like, well, you know, you're gonna have to give us back our money and this and that. And then there was witnesses that saw Monet there talking with Lucas. So again, I think they probably might try to make like a strong argument that maybe the Tejada family has something to do with Lucas's death. Now, I don't think there would be any sort of like, oh, confirmation, unless they was to bring back like Kiki or something. Like if Kiki was ever to be brought back into the fold and be like, well, you know, the only person she told about like where it was like Lucas's whereabouts was Brayden. Because again, they always say like people could kind of return in power.
They don't know shit.
Kiki! Where the hell is Lucas?
Because we don't even know if like we will see Lauren again. We don't know if we're going to see Lauren again, and we don't know if we will see Kiki again. But if Kiki doesn't appear in season 4, then sure. But if she shows up again, and I don't know if there's any questions to be like, well, you know, who did you tell? And then she says, well, she told Brayden this and that or whatever. And then they be like, oh, okay, so what are you trying to say? Like, Brayden killed Lucas? So I feel like maybe next season is going to be about family. That's what I'm kind of leading to. Like, season 4, I feel like it's just going to be about family. Because Tariq kind of, like, ghosted most of his family. Now, when I mean by ghosted, I don't mean by, like, he actually killed them all. I'm just meaning, like, you know, Tasha... Well, Yaz and the grandmother is safe, but then Tasha is still like looming around somewhere. So I don't know about that. But then you have like the Weston family, then you have the Tejadas, and then you have Noma. So I feel like it might be about family again. But then again, law enforcement is still going to be around. Now, unless like this new detective Don Carter like shows up into the mix and he gets a hold of, okay, like what's going on, this and that, then I feel like they could probably like do something again, because they've already lost Detective Whitman and then they've lost Sack. So if this new guy like Detective Don Carter, if he shows up into the mix of things, then maybe they could have like some sort of case again, because I think that would be the case. Would probably be maybe like Lucas Weston. That's what I think, because Robert is all broken up about it, even though his brother was you know, doing a whole Ponzi scheme within the company and he didn't know nothing about it. But still, that's still his brother, and he feel, you know, lost about it. So if there's any further investigation on Lucas Weston, then the only suspects you would probably look at is the Tejada family, unless Kiki comes out of nowhere and they interview her again and be like, well, she told Brayden about where Lucas' whereabouts was at. Then sure. But I think that the only people that's going to be really looked at next season is going to be like the Tejadas again, to being responsible for like Lucas's death and stuff. So yeah. But I mean, overall, I mean, I think that's going to probably be it. But then again, you're still going to have like some things that's going to be like all over the place in the next season, because there's going to be a lot to deal with in the aftermath of everything that happened. So, you know, there's that. But again, it's like, yo, let me know in the comment section down below as well. Do you actually want to see law enforcement actually get a win? Because the last time they ever gotten a win was when, I think it was the whole Jimenez thing, and Dre was snitching, and then Cristobal, he got arrested, and some other people's got arrested. I think that was really it. I don't remember anybody, because the Serbs, they didn't get caught up. Anybody else didn't get caught up. So I was just like, yo, I think that was like the last time. Oh, and then the whole Lobo stuff. Yeah, and then the Lobo stuff. That was it. That was really it. Like, law enforcement didn't get any other big win after like maybe those events, but you didn't see nothing else occur ever since then. And it's just like, yo, Blanca and Jenny, like, they just gonna be around catching these L's in the next season, because I'm like, yo, you can't catch Tariq, because you know Tariq's gonna figure a way of outsmarting them. So I'm just like, you're not gonna catch them. But again, the only people I think that's gonna probably catch some sort of fire next season is definitely gonna be the Tejada family. Definitely gonna be the Tejada family, because I mean, yeah, they still gonna be dealing with the whole Tariq and Brayden thing, but then at the same time, they're gonna be bullying the Weston family. So even if I was saying, like, you know, before, like, if I don't know, like Brayden and Tommy, I mean, if Brayden and Tariq, they go to Chicago, then it would leave Brayden's family out in the open, because they're gonna be bullying Brayden's family, like, yo, where that damn money at, son? Stop fucking playing with me. Damn, son, with these damn patents and shit. Like, they're gonna be doing all that, which they will, because they're gonna be entitled to the money, despite everything that happened before with, you know, with everything that Lucas was doing. So it's gonna be crazy. It's actually gonna be crazy. But I think that if next season is gonna continue on to focus on, like, okay, hunting down the Tejada family and then Tariq and Brayden, then there's gonna be more eyes on them than ever. Because again, Jenny isn't gonna take this loss. She's not gonna take this loss again, because she's gonna be like, nah, I can't. And then Blanca, I'm telling you, I don't know what's wrong with her. She's sitting there like, well, you know, I took a loss, but I guess we can always try again. I'm like, no, leave it alone. Leave it alone. So again, we just gonna have to like wait and see until like the next season. But yeah, man. But comment down below what you guys think on, you know, like Blanca and Jenny's like sort of like redemption of even trying to come after anybody, because again, They shot in previous seasons and actually failed. So now I guess the only, unless until like the name Tommy Egan gets resurfaced, then I guess she would probably go after Tommy in Chicago or whatever. But until then, he's gonna still remain a ghost, right? And then Jenny, I mean, what, she's gonna be kind of like going, well, actually no, because I'm sorry, because you're gonna have Jenny and then you're gonna have Agent Young as well. So damn, so I guess that might be like the new maybe team. So you're gonna have probably like Detective Carter, Detective Don Carter, Jenny, maybe Blanca, and then Agent Young. I think you're gonna probably have that as a, you know, a driving force for maybe for like the next season to come after like the Tejada family, Noma, if they know of her name, right? Brayden and Tariq. So I think that's gonna be it. But I strongly believe that Lucas Weston could be like the back door for them to like come back into things and be like, okay, if Lucas Weston didn't like kill himself and it was ruled as well, they like, okay, if they come back and they be like, well, Lucas Weston didn't really like kill himself, despite them saying that, oh, he jumped off or whatever, and you know, they do some further investigation that, listen, he's not the type of guy to do this or whatever, somebody did this, then again, I think the whole pressure will probably be looked at as, you know, the Tejada family did it, because again, Tracy ain't gonna keep his mouth shut, because remember, when Brayden and him was at the table, and when Jenny had that recording of when it was just like, oh, you didn't know who Kane Tejada was, and he was just like, no, and then Tracy came out and he said that, well, no, Kane basically kidnapped us and he's had us sell drugs in Queens. And it was just like, no, Tracy, he can't keep his mouth shut, and Tracy most likely is gonna spill the beans. Now, if Tracy catch a bullet next season, he got away with it before, so we just gonna have to wait and see. But I think that Tracy is gonna spill the beans again, which is gonna leave that back door and be like, okay, there's something we could probably tug on. But again, we just gonna have to like wait and see. But yeah, but like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will catch you all in the next one.
Hey.